'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night, and when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night, this summer night, this summer night.
Right, so I am now on day 2 of my holiday. So today I've planned a little bit of a lighter day in terms of the fact that I'm not going to one of the major theme parks. This morning I am heading over to Volcano Bay. I believe there's early park entry for Volcano Bay from 8 o'clock, if I remember that correctly. Yep, just checked. It's early park entry from 8 o'clock. So I will be heading over there relatively soon. I'm not making it directly for early park entry, it's already 10 to 8 now. So my plan today is to stay at Volcano Bay for a few hours. I'm not a huge one for loads of water slides, so there aren't many water slides I'm willing to do at Volcano Bay, so I won't be there all day, probably just this morning. This afternoon I have booked for myself to go to the Titanic Exhibition Museum on International Drive. So I've always been fascinated by the history of the Titanic, so when I learnt there was a museum on International Drive, I really wanted to go see that. So that's where I'll be spending some of the afternoon, and then on the way back I plan to go to Target to get some things, snacks, food, bits of toiletries, and just have a general look around. American supermarkets are always quite interesting to us Brits because you have such a range of products. So I won't be taking this camera to Volcano Bay because water, so I will be filming a few bits on my phone hopefully, so I'll see you there. So this is Lynette from the present day yet again. I did take my phone to Volcano Bay, took lots of videos, and of course they're now all gone. So basically with Volcano Bay I walked from Sapphire Falls to Volcano Bay. That's a really nice walk, really simple, well signposted, probably, I assume probably quicker than getting the bus, so something I'd highly recommend doing, yeah, just walking from Sapphire Falls to Volcano Bay. I got there quite early during park early entry, not sure how early, but if I remember rightly we were funneled towards the left in the park, so to the lockers down that way. We had to go sort of through a gift shop area down to lockers. It was actually pretty quiet for early entry, not many people there at all. I find Volcano Bay quite difficult to navigate. There aren't many maps around that I've seen, it's not particularly well signposted. So I know when I went in 2019 I struggled to find my way around. So to start with, I basically just had a wander around while it was quiet, tried to familiarise myself with the layout of the park a little bit. Saw some of the slides that I'd planned to maybe have a go on and completely chickened out. I'm really not one for water slides. So yeah, didn't do any water slides while I was there at all. But like I said, I had a wander. There is part of the park that's roped off. I think the very back of the park is roped off during early park entry, so you can't walk all the way round. But it gave me a bit of familiarity with the park. I saw parts of Volcano Bay that I definitely did not see last time. And then went back into the big main pool area and had like a little bit of a chilled swim, and the waves weren't on at that point. Yeah, so had a chilled swim. I went round the lazy river and the Fearless River. I think by this point general admission to the park had opened, so went round both rivers quite a few times. Like I said, I don't do water slides. I stopped for some lunch. I went to, not sure if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Wakawaiwai Eats, but I had the jerk shrimp mac and cheese, which was delicious. Highly recommend that. That was absolutely lovely and the perfect amount. So there wasn't tons of it, so it was nice and light, particularly if you were going to go back swimming again. So other than that, I just had a quite slow, relaxing morning around Volcano Bay, wandering around. I went inside the volcano again. I saw a bit more of the inside of the volcano than I did last time, but unfortunately the voice of the volcano, as I walked in I could hear it. By the time I'd got to it, it had stopped, presumably. It stops at certain points of the day. So yeah, unfortunately missed that, which was sad because that was hilarious last time I went to see it. I did get some photos, so what photos I do have, I will insert now. I think I took one of myself in the big main pool that I sent to my parents, which is why it has survived my phone dying. And then I took a couple, so there's a sort of a stand thing where you can swipe your universal photo card and it takes a photo of you. So I took a couple on there. I believe I had to go to the photo pass area to have them sort of loaded onto my main account. I'll be honest, I can't really remember what happened with that, but I remember being quite confused as to how to get them onto my account. But yeah, it was just a nice, slow, chilled morning at Volcano Bay. I then walked back to the hotel and very quickly changed and then headed straight back out to the Titanic Museum. I went there by Uber. So the next thing you're going to see on this vlog is my trip to the Titanic Museum. There's still champagne in there. as you will have seen, I went to the Titanic Artefact Exhibition. It was really interesting. I mean, as you'll have seen from some of the clips I've put in, the amount of preservation some of that stuff had, despite the fact that it was at the bottom of the ocean, is remarkable. On the clips, I've tried to show the little name plaques. If it had the red symbol of the white star line above it, that means it was actually recovered from the wreck. A lot of the other artefacts, sometimes like replicas, or they've come from other related ships like the Britannic to illustrate what it would have looked like on the Titanic, or some of the artefacts belong to survivors but didn't go down with the ship, things like that. But the ones with the little red flag symbol have literally been recovered from the wreck. I think the whole museum did it in a very sensitive way. I particularly liked the memorial, the list of passengers. It was a bit weird that they gave you a passenger ticket, so you got this like boarding pass, and on the other side, I'll have shown this in more detail in the clip, but it has information about one of the passengers, so it gets you to look that person up on the wall, and then the QR code at the very bottom here, you scan that on a machine and it gives you sometimes a picture of the person and basically their fate. So I had a first class lady who was with her husband and children and some servants, and in the confusion of everything she got separated from the rest of her family, didn't realise that the nanny had taken her baby off the ship, was on a lifeboat, and so but in the panic she never made it onto a lifeboat, and so she didn't survive. So being first class and a woman and still to have gone down with the ship is very unlucky. So it was a very interesting concept. I personally quite liked finding out more about that passenger. I think a lot of other people in the museum, I don't know, it didn't go down as sensitively, I would say, but what can you do? So from the Titanic Museum I went to Target. I'd made a list of some things that I knew I wanted to get while I was over here, other things that I kind of forgot to bring with me or wanted to buy some other stuff of. So I'll show you what I got from Target now. Alright, so I got some cranberry and pomegranate juice, just as something different to drink. I got these soft baked cookies. These are very nostalgic for me. My grandparents always used to buy them when we were in Florida when I was little, so I had to get some of those. Some water flavouring to put in my park bag. That's the raspberry lemonade, if it will focus, come on. There we go. Raspberry lemonade flavour. I got a couple of those. I bought some Ziploc bags because I did not bring enough. I kind of forgot that, because now I've got reusable straws. After I've used my reusable straw, I don't want to just put it back in my park bag and have it drip on things. So I needed some more of those. I got some frosted sugar cookies because everyone says that you have to try these. Don't know whether I like them, but we'll see. Some lidocaine cream, because a lot of people say that this helps with sore feet in the parks. So when my feet get bad, I'll try some of that out. Nighttime sleep aid. Again, this is something that people recommended on Facebook groups, saying that these are very good and they're yeah, non-addictive. So I picked some of those up. I bought some liquid soap because I can't stand using bar soap for so long. So that's just to use while I'm here. I've been struggling to find some body wash in the UK in the local shops that I actually like the scent of. So I thought I'd wait and pick out some up in while I was over here. And this smells absolutely delightful, so I actually picked up 2 so I can take some home with me. Again, I didn't like the flavour of the toothpaste I brought with me, so I bought some Crest 3D White. A lot of people swear by this. Bought some goggles because the ones I have at home don't really fit me much anymore. So bought some of those, and they've got UV protection. So like when I was in the pool yesterday, I was struggling because I couldn't see because of the sunlight. So hopefully these will help. I got some Snapple. I wanted to get some water. However, all the packs of water bottles in Target were either packs of absolutely massive bottles, which will not fit in my water bottle holder. So I've got this little water bottle holder that keeps water cool, but it just clips onto my park bag, so it's not taking up room in my bag. So the massive bottles wouldn't fit in there, and the smaller bottles, the smallest pack they had was 24. And because I'm here for less than a week now, I don't want to have to transport water over to my Disney hotel. So I bought some of these that I'll either drink here and fill it with water, or I can fill it with water in the park, just reuse the bottle, just while I'm at Universal. And then I am planning to go to Walmart when I'm at Disney, so I'll pick up some water bottles then. I bought this adorable pack of dinosaur socks. They're just ankle socks. So we've got, some of them are just plain socks, so striped, pterodactyl, striped again, triceratops, striped, stegosaurus, striped, T-Rex. Do I need more socks? No. Do I need dinosaur socks? Yes. And 10 pairs were $6. Yeah, you can't go wrong there. And then I also bought this grumpy t-shirt. So it says, "I'm grumpy, don't make it worse." I bought it with the intention of it possibly being a gift for my mum. She tends to sleep in oversized t-shirts, so I got her the biggest size there was, which was 3X. If she does, I'm also planning to buy some Disney pens. So if she doesn't like it, she can have an option of the pens, and then I'll use this as a nightie. But yeah, and that was $14. It does not say. I'm fairly sure it was $14. So there's actually a lot of Disney clothing in Target. It's a lot more reasonably priced than parks. So I'd definitely check that out. So today's been quite a day. I did Volcano Bay, Titanic Museum and Target. That's all I have planned for today. So I don't think I'll be doing anything else. I'll probably just be chilling in the room for the rest of the evening. It's about 5 o'clock now. Again, might just put some things on telly, have an early night, because I'm hopefully going to be in Islands of Adventure all day tomorrow. However, it is storming right now, and I'm thinking a lot of people have cleared out of the Universal parks. So it could be, if the storm clears up, it could be dead quiet. So there's a possibility I may end up in the parks. However, I probably shouldn't with a long day tomorrow. So I think I'll end the vlog there. Unless I go into the parks, and then you might have extra clips. But if not, join me for tomorrow for Islands of Adventure. I'll see you then. Bye.